pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Here we are, and it's June already. Welcome to the monthly town board meeting. Kim, welcome. Julia, welcome. That represents our audience tonight. I guess we got to get more controversial again.
I could help.
Review the minutes. You're always good at that.
You are good. You're a professional.
A professional rabble-rouser. Monthly town board meeting of April 6, 2017. Anyone?
Somebody. Let me see, was I there?
I think we just, don't we need to correct, there's a correction, we're not really a sanctuary town, we change the name of that?
Where are we here?
Is that?
That's the way it was written on the agenda, though.
Oh, okay, but that's really not the right name though, right?
It was finished, right?
That's the only thing that I have,
Wait,
that I saw.
Page.
Oh, duly noted. At any rate, can I get a motion on the agenda, on the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Public hearing, May 4th, 2017, stormwater.
So
For
moved.
the-
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Annual MS4 stormwater report, which I will be signing this evening.
Thank you, Mike.
Monthly town board meeting of May 4th, 2017.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Weekly town board meeting of May 10th, 2017.
So moved.
Second.
I'm sorry, I abstained from that.
I will move on those minutes.
And I'll second it.
Sorry,
You weren't here.
I wasn't here.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So bond resolution subject to permissive referendum with regard to the renovation of the town hall annex. Committee reports, Conservation Board. Mike is not
Mike's
here.
not here.
Oh, we're missing Councilman Leonard tonight. I guess he had a breakdown, or a car breakdown, not a breakdown. So he's unable to attend the meeting tonight. Recreation.
Recreation did not meet since our last meeting. Their meeting on Tuesday night was canceled.
What do you do with your nights?
A few things.
Putnam Coalition that cares.
I will be able to report on when their next meeting is soon, and we'll post it on the website. We just had a meeting last week, I believe it was, and they have submitted a new coalition grant, and we'll be updated as to whether or not we get approved for that.
Great. Thank you.
Sure.
Planning Board.
Okay, the planning board, I attended the planning board last month of the 18th. It was at St. Mary's Church as opposed to the library. Just like to thank Mary's Church for letting us use their hall. Thank you very much for that. Also, Dennis Gagnon, the first new member of the planning board, was his first meeting, so we all welcomed Dennis to the planning board as well. We had a pretty light agenda compared to the last few months. So, first thing on the agenda was a public hearing for Stonecrop. As you know, they've been forming the planning board for the last several months. Everything right now is in. Everything's been approved. We got past the handicap parking issue that they currently had. They moved it up closer to the new building that they're planning on building. The new building that they are going to be building is to replace a building that was destroyed by fire, which will be used for a welcome center as well as a meeting hall, the start of where people go into the gardens. So anyway, the public hearing was closed. There was no public comment. There was a couple discussions among the planning board, but all in all, it was closed, and they got their approvals. So they're ready to move forward now to the next phase of that. Second on the agenda was Martin McEwen, 200 Lake Surprise Road. They're looking at a subdivision amongst several members of the family-owned property up there, and that was referred to the zoning board. The last thing on the agenda was the Hudson Highland Reserve, Route 9 and Horton Road. This is a 200-acre plus subdivision of 25 homes and an equestrian center. There was a joint report between the Ron Gaynor and RKAF submitted to the board. The report goes through the current plans of the project as well as changes and addressed concerns and issues that they have. One of the biggest concerns they have is about the pond and preserving the pond to make sure nothing happens to the pond. Also, Susan Gentile Jen Chill from ACRF was there as well. She gave a brief overview of everything, and she's suggesting that the Hudson Highland Trust be kept abreast of every move that's being made up there, and also recommends them to be in charge of the overseeing of the conservation and easement since it's a very complex project. They are also seeking a request for a rezoning of parts of the property. I'm sure we got some paperwork on that to the town board as well. I'm sure we're going to set up a workshop to review that as well with probably Glenn Watson. And that's it. That was it. The next meeting will be held on June 15th, 2 weeks from tonight. I'm pretty sure it's going to be at the Butterfield Library, but it may be at the VFW Hall as well. So is it going to be at the VF? We're going to be set for the VFW, do you think? Okay. And Andy Morini was just here as well. I don't know if he spoke to you, Richard, but he would like to possibly request to change the venue for the VFW for all future meetings, if it's all right with you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. Okay, so for the future meetings, we're looking to be at the old VFW hall.
For the next 10 years.
So the meeting was adjourned at 8:25, and that's my report.
How great is this? We sell the building, we still get to use it. Thank you, Kim Connor. It's very kind of you.
And thank you, Butterfield Library, for
Yes, thank you.
hosting us for all this time, too. It's a lovely place to
Right.
have the meeting.
Zoning.
The zoning board met on May 15, 2017. There was one public hearing. It was for Grasso Index Industrial Design, 1602 Route 9 in Garrison. The applicant sought an area variance, and the application was approved. There was supposed to be a review of application for Essex Green Incorporated on Douglas Lane. The applicant seeks a 40-foot rear yard setback where 50 feet is required, and a 0-foot front setback where 60 feet is required. This application was pulled until it goes through the Nelsonville process, so,
Also looking for a 9.55
yeah.
acre
That
area
must
variance.
be through Nelsonville, though. because-
No, that's to us.
Well, this is what we have on the agenda.
Well, part of it's in Philipstown, so
Well, they pulled the application, so until it's,
unless they're
resubmitted.
moving it out of Philipstown, they're gonna be looking for almost a 10-acre variance.
But they're
and it-
looking to put the house right on the front lawn, and, because they're looking for, it's a 60-foot requirement, and they have 0 for the front yard setback. And on the 40 feet or 50 feet is required in the rear, so.
Well, the map, the way it's plotted right now, shows the line going right down the middle of the house.
Something must have been changed, because the application was pulled, so
Huh,
we'll see what happens.
yeah, looking for quite a few.
The next meeting is Monday, June 12th.
All right, thank you. Highway.
Highway. Carl Fazenda, Highway Superintendent. April and May, showers for sure. The highway crew spent much of these 2 months cleaning up roads by grading dirt roads, filling potholes, and performing repair work to curbs, gutters, and replacement of rotted out, damaged drainage pipes. Street sweeping has begun on the blacktop roads for the winter's months, as well as for the MS4 stormwater management. Guardrail installation was completed on both East Mountain Road South and Old Albany Post Road, Aqueduct Hill. Work is now underway. Landworks Excavating Incorporated on the Avery Road Bridge Deck replacement over Indian Brook and will continue through approximately July 28, 2017. Notification was given to the residents that the bridge will be closed during construction and no through traffic will be allowed. The Horton Road Bridge repair work has been completed, Landworks Excavating Incorporated. Work has also commenced by the county on Mill Road. This is a county bridge being funded by them. Work is expected to continue until sometime this fall. We continue to wait on monthly basis for permits to begin to work on Manitou Station Road. Several calls have already been received by the Highway Department in regards to grass cutting being thrown into the road. We would like to remind all residents that with growing season upon us, to please keep grasses, brushes on your property along the road trimmed back and off the roadway. The department received approximately 95 phone calls regarding road complaints and issues for the month of April and May. The Highway Department has spent roughly $5,895 in April and $2,690 in May for vehicle maintenance. Above monthly accounts submitted by Carl Fazenda, Highway Department.
Thank you. Building and land, it's obvious that the job in the back has started on the annex, so seems like they're making some headway.
I told you guys last night, Mike found termites in the building, so I contacted JP McHale today. I spent a half an hour on the phone and made no progress, so I am going to call another exterminator.
That's
Really,
strange.
usually
It
pretty
was at
good.
least 30 minutes. I was trying to explain to the woman where the house was. It was directly behind, and it just wasn't registering. So after 20 to 30 minutes, I said, I've had it, so. So we'll look into, I'll either give them a try, if somebody else would like to give it a try. I am not, so.
Do they have an address? They couldn't find the house? Well,
It was a long
yeah.
process. to say the least.
If they know where the town
I thought
hall
it would
is,
be very
they should be
simple.
able
Hard
to
to miss
find
this
it.
building.
Yeah,
It's a tough
and
one.
we have an account here. Are you Richard? No, I'm not Richard. Are you Carl? I'm not Carl. But I am authorized to make
Are you
this
Carl
one.
Richards?
Yeah. I couldn't deal with it. so
Yeah, okay.
I'll
Well,
try.
thanks.
Do you want me to call tomorrow?
If you'd like.
No, what, I'm just asking them to come to the annex building.
Yeah, give that a shot.
What's the number on that? Do we have-
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right, the cemetery committee report, we obviously won't get tonight since Councilman Leonard is not here. I know they're continuing to work. We saw some of the areas sort of graphed off over there where they're identifying graves, and they've put up.
I think he indicated to me, I asked him last night, I think they fixed like 30 to 40 headstones as
Headstones.
well over the last several months.
Yeah, and I got to
So-
say, the cemetery was looking really good for Memorial Day,
Yes, it
so
was. It's always been a hard thing to get done by Memorial Day, but it did look really good.
it did. All right. Before we start the agenda, I want to at least observe the passing of a former supervisor and a real local, Tony Mazuka. Our condolences to the whole Mazuka family. Tony's name is on the wall back there. He was a mentor to me in many ways. Just a great guy, a real fixture. So I'd like to observe a moment of silence before we start the meeting in honor of Anthony Mazuka. Okay.
Okay,
Agenda.
first item is a resolution in support of state legislation for tanker avoidance zones. Last year, we passed a similar resolution. This year, they asked us that we do it again. Note the resolution number from last year and send it to the Assembly and the Senate.
Yeah, I think last year's was more on the federal level. So you're-
Just pull the mic closer to you.
Oh, you're not-
Thank you.
so I think that it won't be redundant. We were thinking, well, we already passed something like this, so, but it seems that it's on the state level. Scenic Hudson's requesting it, or supporting it. Sue Serino, our state senator, is supporting it, so I don't see why we wouldn't support it. So,
Okay.
anybody have any comment on that, or? It's all to the good in my mind. I mean, last
No,
thing.
like I said, we already passed one, so this couldn't hurt to pass this as well.
Yeah, I think that was a more geared toward a federal level action. This is going to give the state
State.
more oversight. You know, anything that happens on that river is going to affect this town, so any way we can
Sure will.
support the effort. Could I get a motion on the resolution in support of state legislation for tanker avoidance zones?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
Oh, roll call, okay. Councilman Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilman Van Tassel, Councilwoman Montgomery,
Aye.
and I vote aye.
Okay, the next item is a resolution authorizing Supervisor Shea to sign the parade permit for a cycling event scheduled for August 16th and waive the fees associated with said permit. This is a Chai Lifeline cycling event. They're starting in Jersey and they're going all the way to Amenia.
Wow.
500 cycles?
Yeah.
500 it says, but they're gonna stagger them in everything groups. Every 10 minutes, I think 100 bikers take off, from what I read in here. And they're only coming through Philipstown for a very short time, right?
Right.
Right.
Route 9 North.
No, they're going through 9D, I believe, right? Up to Beacon?
Yeah, I
Says
think
there.
so.
Yeah, from what I've said, from what I read, it was a Beacon.
I'm on 42 on Route 9
Says
North,
9.
from 9:30 to 11:30.
Yeah, I think this should be 9D if you're looking at the maps. I thought it was 9D.
Yeah, because they might have just wrote 9 to me.
Yeah, I thought I read 9D.
Well, doesn't really matter.
No,
I don't have any issue with issuing this.
Do we just assume that They've notified the Putnam County Sheriffs and
It is Route 9, so it's.
Yeah, I thought it said,
the
yeah.
Bureau of Emergency Services. I mean, that's,
I'm sure they have because they've included everything, the certificate of
Yeah.
insurance and everything.
If you want to give Amber a call tomorrow, I know she's on the committee.
sure.
That would be good. And we're talking about bike safety, so anything we can do to make sure they pass safely through Philipstown would be welcome. Could I get a motion on the resolution authorizing me to sign the parade permit?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And
Aye.
I vote aye. Good luck to Cycling for Chai.
Are you in that event?
No, they didn't even call me. I'm a little hurt.
Okay, the next item is a resolution authorizing Supervisor Shea to sign the 2016 sponsor authorization form for the Philipstown Volunteer Ambulance Corps' List of Service Award Program.
Something we do every year. It's a benefit afforded to volunteers at the ambulance corps. If you do the calls, you'll get your length of service award credits, and eventually you'll get $5 in the mail.
John, they need to get 50 points a year as well,
thing,
right?
yep.
Same as us firemen, right? So there's only a few really that made it, if you look at it,
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
you know. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The rest is paid staff.
Yeah.
All right. Could I get a motion on the resolution on the LoSAP?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye. We'll sign that tonight.
I have two additional items.
Right.
We have a letter of resignation, actually retirement, from Mary Ann Landolfi. I would like to inform you that I will be retiring effective June 10th. I have enjoyed working for the Town of Philipstown Building Department, and I sincerely appreciated the support provided to me during my years as part of the town. While I look forward to enjoying retirement, I will miss being part of our team and the Town of Philipstown. If I can be any assistance prior to my departure and afterwards, please let me know. I'll be glad to provide whatever assistance I can provide to allow a smooth transition.
Well, there goes Mary Ann. I mean, there's a,
A lot of years.
yeah, you're not kidding. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for all your service for all these
Yeah,
years.
always a pleasant face in the building department. A calming influence. And there, she's seen several building inspectors come and go.
Yes, she has.
So, all right, well, we'll look forward to having a little luncheon or something, right?
Yeah, we're gonna plan something.
Okay, good.
You're gonna pass a resolution accepting this?
Yeah. Could I get a motion on the resolution accepting the retirement of Mary Ann Landolfi from the building department effective June 10?
I will reluctantly move on that.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Thanks again,
Thanks.
Mary Ann. We'll
Yep.
see you soon.
And the other matter is the Highlands Architectural, the scope of service agreement
Yes.
for work to be done here at the town hall.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's reasonable.
And that resolution would be authorizing you to sign the agreement.
Right.
It's in your packet, I put it in there last
I
night.
emailed it to everybody.
Yep.
What did I do?
It's right on the top.
She had been the first time.
If it's, I'll just pull it up on my email. It's all right. Unless it's my stuff from last night. Oh, sorry.
Just got one question. It's a construction administration. Is he gonna come in and oversee anything as we
I
move
think
forward?
this time we should keep that in because it's a little more complicated than just,
Yeah.
it would be good to have him.
I don't think we need him on a steady basis.
No, but
No,
I'm just,
but he's
I'm
only
just-
talking about
just-
6
he's only
hours.
talking like 6 hours, so.
But I think it would be good to have his input to get him on site just for those. I mean, to me, this is a completely
We've been
reasonable.
dodging a bullet for long with this staircase. We
Yep.
need to accomplish it. Now we're getting the other building done, and this could come.
We're going forward.
right there.
Now, like you said, Mike, we met Mike Carr me and Johnny, and he recommended getting an architect here, so that's what we.
Yeah, and I mean, Justin's great. These guys are super, so, I mean, my recommendation would be go ahead with the,
Mine as well. Like I said, I think we've been dodging a bullet with the staircase for too long, and we need to get something accomplished.
for about 140 years. Something's gonna happen.
Otherwise, we'll be moving the town board meetings to VFW, so. It's a permanent.
And then, it'd be, he gives a nice, clear proposal, tells exactly what he's gonna provide, the number of hours. He's got the whole thing here. It's $6,690 for the whole package, so.
Just so everybody's aware, what the plan is to remove the staircase from where it is currently, use that area between where the safe is downstairs and the front door as an elevator shaft, and then move the stairs to this side of the building, so you'd be coming up somewhere inside the wall along the windows. There'll be no change to the outside of the building, it's all inside the building.
Until we bump the staircase out,
So,
turn this into a raised ranch.
There's another floor.
oh, and the other thing he was gonna look at is if we still need to have that.
Let's get rid of that thing. We got a staircase here.
Yeah,
We
we
did, he
should.
said as long as the two staircases meet the requirements for
For
the
the
room,
easement.
then
I
that
mean,
thing could come off the side
egress
of the
of it.
building. And then that door could go back to being another window.
Someday.
You really wouldn't want a door going out to nothing.
We'll make a balcony there. We'll go out there and give speeches.
There you go.
Little Juliet balcony.
Yeah. I'll put a wig on.
Rapunzel.
Would we need to work with Ron Gaynor at all to put a bid package together for this after it's all said and done?
Well, once he I think he'll come up with a plan that can be bid on.
Well, it says construction drawings and specifications.
Specifications.
So that's
that
it.
would be it.
You think that, okay, I just didn't
Yeah,
know.
he'll
Sure.
have construction-ready drawings and specs, that's all you
Okay,
need.
I just wasn't sure if that was
Yeah,
considered a
we'll
bid
probably need
package.
Ron to put it into a packet, a format,
We're all
but
moving out when this
won't take,
happens.
won't take much.
Well, maybe you should have Peter is gonna-
No, I think it's well worth the investment. We got to keep moving forward. We said we would, and we're going to. So, all right, I'd like to get a motion on a resolution authorizing me to sign this agreement with Highlands Architecture for the project we just described, in the amount of $6,690 for architectural drawings, construction ready.
Also move.
Second,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Thanks to Bob and John on that. It's good work,
See that moving forward.
yes. One thing I have is, I had a meeting yesterday at Highway regarding the building. They'd like to move ahead with the building. There's a new law in New York State that will allow you to do projects, you know, bigger infrastructure projects without going out to bid if you buy through these state-approved consortiums. So these are national firms that essentially do state bid on things like buildings, playgrounds, all sorts of things. And the state is okay with that. So they have a book, you know, and they guarantee to get you the best price. You know, they search the entire country. They have a huge database, get you the best price on whatever you're looking for. So with the modular up there, we'll get a, you know, a layout. Carl, we already have a layout and a floor plan, and, you know, get it to them, and they'll match it up with a modular. And then we get it together, and we're, you know, good to go. So we don't have to go through the whole putting the documents together in a bid packet, advertising, all this stuff that costs more money.
You'd still have to do that for the foundation and the rest.
Not necessarily, because we will oversee the rest of that. The highway department will do the excavation.
Right.
We're looking into, it's not fragmentation of any sort. What we would do is, we'd oversee the foundation as a bid, we'd oversee the electric as a bid, and the plumbing as a bid. So they'd be 3 separate bids. We don't anticipate any of those is going to exceed a $30,000 threshold.
I mean, the modular should be pre-piped and pre-wired, it's just.
Right, so it's gonna be a hookup.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
connected.
and it's not, you're not looking at a house or anything. It's got a bathroom in it, so they're gonna hook into the existing septic up there. They have the water, so they'll hook up the water. So I don't see any of those things exceeding that threshold, so that would be good too. It'll move things along. We don't have to go through, we'd still have to get 3 prices, but we can just get 3 prices on each of those. And get the foundation and get the thing set. And, so, we got to agree on the location.
You're right.
That's the
all,
thing.
okay.
So we'll talk to Carl about that. But be great to get that done and then get the trailer out of there, the modular. Stop paying for that. Start paying down the money we've set aside for this. Actually, we have the money.
Yeah.
We're good to go on this. So
Really shouldn't be that much, but anyway.
no. So Ron is looking into that, and Steve Gav is also looking into the legality of doing it the way we want to do it. Hopefully, we're going to move along on that. So that's all I have for now. Anything else from the board?
And nothing.
Okay.
Well, I'd just like to, Mary Sire is retiring as well from the village. So
Right.
I'd just like to recognize her as well for her dedication and time that she spent at the village.
Yeah, that's a lot of institutional knowledge heading out the door. She's a franchise player. Yeah. Those are tough people to replace.
Mary was always so helpful,
Oh, man, forget it, yeah.
so I'm sorry to see her go too. Thank you, Mary.
Yeah.
And you want to recognize the Garrison Ambulance Corps?
I was gonna wait till after that
Oh,
event when we had a resolution
Okay.
prepared, so I can, we'll have that after the event, because I don't even know, we didn't get a notice from Putnam County about the event even, it just came from Derek, so I don't even know what the event is called. Bizarre.
Must be
There's
something.
one more thing I want to bring up. We did have a workshop last night on climate smart communities, and we've had a previous workshop on this. We did adopt the How Green Is My Town resolution. This is a next step in that. I would encourage the board to, dig into this paperwork because, I'd like to move on this. There's no commitment of a timeline to this. It will require forming a committee, the committee coming back with recommendations how we can accomplish the 10 steps to become a climate smart community. Some of these things we're already doing, with the movement toward the CCA, the community choice aggregation for electrical purchase. There are other things we have done that would count toward the 10 criteria that are set aside or set forth in the Climate Smart Communities Initiative. I think that if, this doesn't come from the bottom up, it's not going to happen over the next 4 years. This is what we're seeing today was not a good indication, us pulling out of the Paris Accord for climate change. So, I think it's important to act. I believe in this. I believe that global warming is happening. I believe in the science. One thing I do know is that I'm not smarter than a lot of these scientists out there. And all the science points toward the fact that global climate is changing and the earth is warming and it's having devastating consequences. It's already happening. So, places like Florida are already seeing it. Miami's already seeing it. And we've seen storms like nobody's ever seen here in our own town. Whether that's tied into this, I don't know. But I do know something has to be done, and if we don't start doing it at the local level, it's not going to happen. So I'd like to, go ahead. I want the board to look at it, and then we'll, I think we should schedule a workshop for next week just to talk it over. Say, look, are we going to take the first steps toward doing this? First step would be obviously to appoint a to adopt the resolution and then appoint a committee to pursue this. We had a good turnout for last night's workshop, so obviously there's interest in it. I don't think we'll have problems getting a committee on board, and a lot of smart local people there. So
Do we have a resolution drafted?
there's a model resolution in here
Okay,
in the
so
packet.
we can't pass one tonight,
No, I'd like to
you wanna meet?
meet, look it over, make sure everybody's comfortable, and then go ahead. I don't see any downside to it, though.
I think, because we will eventually have to appoint a task force, is there any kind of special notification we can make in the paper saying we're having this workshop, just to build the momentum. We've already got the ball rolling with it.
It's a regular workshop. I mean, it can
Yeah.
go out to
I
the group
just-
that was here last night. A lot of those people on, everybody's
We're on
on
that
email
email.
chains, everybody's on the town email, everybody goes to the town website. I mean, all these people are actively involved, so. And there was, a positive feeling about it. I don't know how many people were here last night, 25?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah,
It
so,
was a great turnout.
yeah, so we'll,
I just want to capture that momentum that we're building.
yeah, and our thanks to Karen Ertl, who was just gung-ho. I mean, she's putting, and the Philipstown Garden Club, they're really taking this head on. So I think it's a well worthwhile initiative, and they're smart to bring it to us. So we thank them for it, because we probably wouldn't know about it otherwise. And it's good to have a defined program. They have clearly laid out steps. Again, there's no time constraints on this. It's just moving towards something. And if we don't start taking action, then these things are not going to get done. So we'll meet next Wednesday night and go over it. But in between now and then, everybody's got plenty of reading material to look at. There's a good, thick document there. And there are,
And it's all online if you don't want to use paper.
yeah, the New York State Climate Smart Communities First Steps Guide.
It's right here.
Yep, it's online. Take a look. And there are several climate smart communities. I mean, one of the notes I took last night that was sort of astounding
Orange County
was Orange County,
reduced their emissions by 80%.
80%, and have gone 100% green.
Yeah.
I mean, it was impressive. Sort of in our own bubble here. No idea what other counties are doing. Orange, Ulster, Rockland, Westchester, Suffolk, Tompkins County went 100% solar. I mean, with their own solar installation. It's pretty amazing.
Orange County has an oil-fired electric plant. I wonder how they're gonna.
Right, yeah, when they have Central Hudson there,
Dan Scanlon, right?
yeah. They must be doing some kind of offsets. Orange County cut carbon emissions by 80%. No, their goal
Plan
is to cut carbon emissions by 80% by 2050, but currently Tompkins County is 100% solar powered, which is amazing. So we had Karen Ertl and Elise LaRocca here last night from the Garden Club, so our thanks to them. We'll get together next Wednesday and discuss all this.
I guess that's a workshop, so.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, okay. Do we need to work, we did get paperwork from Glenn Watson, right, regarding the zoning change for Hudson Highland Reserve?
I'm going to speak to, because I just got some back and forth between their attorney and our attorney, so I want to speak to Steve Gaba first to just look at steps. I'll have to recuse myself from that. I had worked for them 2 or 3 years ago, so I'll have to recuse myself since I have had a business relationship with them in the past.
Well, I was just thinking, the planning board meeting 2 weeks from tonight, it'd be nice to try to get, because we're going to most likely refer it to the planning board, because that's what we did with ESP. So I was thinking if we could get the workshop in prior to the planning board meeting next week, just to, if possible.
Well, I mean, it would be up to the board to decide whether the board is even interested. Mike's not here tonight, in pursuing this. There's, it's obviously, we've been getting reports on it for a year and a half, something like that.
There's some comments from Steve.
Yeah, I saw this
Oh, okay.
downstairs, so I read through this, so, he recommended the applicant coming before the town board.
Right.
If the town is willing to go forward with the petition, we'd also, the board would have to be in a conference with the planning board on this, so. But again, anything to do with this, I'm gonna have to recuse myself on.
Deputy.
So do you want, I
Can we
have
call
this.
them in?
It's up to you.
Okay.
Again, I'm neither here nor there on that. I have to recuse myself.
So we can't refer it to the planning board.
Not yet.
No, no,
Well, if you want to give Steve a call tomorrow
Yeah.
and get some advice and consent from him, I think that would be a good first step.
I think in light of what Bobby's saying, I would like to
You guys want to meet?
Have them, well,
Schedule.
have them
Yeah.
come in next week with, can we combine it with,
Yeah, I mean, this, I don't
It's
think
not
this is
gonna
going to be a
take
long
long.
discussion, so, yeah, we can go, we go over this first, and I just leave the room, and you
we'll
guys
call
go
the
ahead.
applicant and ask them to come in and meet.
I think that's,
That sounds like what Steve is asking.
That's kind of what I got out of it, so.
Yeah. Can you forward this to me, Tina, when you get a chance?
So who's going to come, applicant and Steve?
I would
Or
prefer.
Ron Gaynor?
I would prefer Steve could be here as well. I mean, if he's,
Okay, we have to make sure that Steve can do it. Think Steve needs to be here as well?
Couldn't hurt.
Okay. I don't think we need Ron for, I mean, it's
not at this point.
Yeah, I don't think we need Ron.
Okay, so applicant and Steve Gaba.
Okay.
I'm gonna need the applicant's number and all of that. I don't have any of that. Do you have that?
Not up here with me tonight.
Okay.
Well, it did come from Glenn Watson, who's the engineer on
As
that
the
job.
applicant's representative.
all right, so we'll meet next Wednesday and do the climate smart bit.
Sounds good.
New York also has an initiative, Clean Energy Communities program through NYSERDA, so they're, seem pretty firmly committed to reaching some of the goals, which is good. All right,
Okay, the next is the code enforcement monthly report. The fees collected were $53,746.80. 40 permits issued, 2 new 1 or 2 family dwelling, 1 commercial industrial building, 5 additions, alteration, and repairs to residential buildings, 1 addition, alteration, or repair to commercial building, 31 all other permits, pools, sheds, decks, plumbing, HVAC, etc. 27 COs issued, 4 stop work orders issued, 2 inspections of public assembly, 2 inspections of commercial occupancies, and 1 inspection of buildings with 3 or more dwelling units. Projects of significance was 3322 Route 9 ESP addition and retail space.
Broke ground up there last week.
good for them. Get that, I mean, that was a long time coming, and I think we had a good resolution to that. Get everybody to the table, only took about 10 years. Anything else from the audience? Yes, Julia?
About the Climate Smart Initiative, as you say, a lot of people are going to be interested in what happens, and I was wondering if it would be prudent to put it on the website for the town, including links to the state documents you mentioned. And as the Garden Club did a lot of work for it, and I remember
Yes.
it was a couple of years ago, they put out a document that, sort of started the ball rolling, I think. They presented it to you. As I
Yeah, the How
recall.
Green Is My Town.
Yes, that. Even something like that might be a nice thing to have on the website to show people, where we are, where we're going. Just a thought.
Right now, we're here, we're going there.
Right, and that's where we want to go.
And that could probably be part of what the certification process is to public information sessions and
Oh, yeah,
I'm
there's
sure that'll
definitely
be
a public
something.
information campaign component to
We
this,
could-
definitely,
use that, thanks,
yeah.
as part of our certification.
No. Tina, is that
Yeah.
possible? Thank you. Anybody else? Andy?
Excuse me.
You know, Landolph is, Mary Ann Landolph is retiring. I don't want to be premature, but when I hear stuff like that, I get a little nervous. Our secretaries, we had 2 very good secretaries. I want to make sure we have, if there's any personnel changes.
There's gonna be.
You
I know.
interested? Are you
Huh?
interested?
I can't take steno.
Oh.
No, I just want to, get my 2 cents in.
Yeah, we'll consult with you, definitely.
Well, just keep me up on it, that's all. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
We'll pull the rug out from underneath you without telling you we're gonna pull the rug out from underneath you.
I'm sure Linda will keep the ship upright for a while.
Yeah. You look good in there, Andy.
Yeah, she's if we had 2 or 3 of her, She's a hustler. She's good. All right, vacancies. Conservation Board is the only vacancy we have. We got to get this down to zero. I don't think I've ever seen zero on vacancies. We have one,
We did 1 week.
really?
Were we gonna reach out to any of those candidates that applied for the planning board and see if they're interested in this
Yeah.
job?
So
Yes.
who's going to do that? Who wants to give,
I thought Mike.
Jan, I was supposed
Where's
to
Mike?
contact Jan to
well,
see if he was
give him a call and
interested.
see if he's interested. Because I think it'd be good to get somebody on the Conservation Board. They need the full complement there. And they're going to be busy.
Do we have a process do we contact the people who applied after we made the choice? That's
No, that's where we,
I know.
Kinda fell flat on that one.
Okay, that's why I hesitated when I,
sorry about that.
no,
Yeah, we should.
we could just get a
Yeah, out of courtesy.
form letter.
Yeah, we should get a,
Have it there.
at least get a form letter and get a process going where at least there's a call from an office saying, well, we appreciate you
Yeah,
applying, but you did not get the position, so.
yeah,
All right.
all right, sorry,
No, it's a good thing to bring up, but if you want to
yeah.
follow through on that and make sure we do it, because we'll talk about it now,
Yeah.
and the next time we'll do the exact same thing again, and it's not a good way to go about
Keep a
doing,
file thing.
yeah. Approval of vouchers, general,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Highway,
So move.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Continental Village Park District,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Continental Village Water District,
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion to adjourn,
What are we calling that, create, so moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great.